Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Kay Sinclair. I am an author and I wrote a book in 28 days. So this video is just going to be some advice for those of you who are doing NaNoWRIMO this month. And without further ado, let's go. So back in June, I had an idea for a story revolving around a house that is in my neighborhood. From that idea, it just kept kind of gnawing on me until I was like, you know what? For the month of June, I'm going to dedicate every day to writing this story until it's complete. And it was crazy. It took a lot out of me. I'm normally a plotter. I have to have everything just basically plotted out for me. Like, that's just the way that my brain works. For this particular story, I wanted to try something new. So I tried pantsing. It just kind of like opened up the floodgates for me. The first day, June 1st, I wrote the first chapter. It was fun. It was a lot of fun just writing and not really caring about like keeping things consistent, you know, like just worrying about grammar. Like my tenses were all over the place. It was really bad, but the heart was there, the story was there. I just kept writing. The next day I wrote the second chapter, and then the third day I wrote the third chapter, and so on. I'm not sure if I missed a few days. If I did miss one day, I would make sure that I wrote 2 chapters for that day, like that, you know, just to try to keep myself on track. I wrote hard and I wrote fast. It was easy to do because this story was something that was very personal for me. It was a story about grief, and I was going through a really difficult time in my grief from losing my mother. So I was able to just kind of open up my laptop and just write. Here are some do's and don'ts for writing a book in 30 days. Right, so I'm not participating in NaNoWRIMO this year because I kind of already did it, and I don't think I have that in me to do that again, at least for, you know, some time. So here are my do's of writing a book in under 30 days. So I would be open to trying new things. So I still consider myself to be a plotter, but for this particular manuscript, I pantsed my way through, and that proved really useful because I was able to finish it quickly. So just being open to just trying anything that could work. If you normally write in your bedroom, try going to a cafe or try writing outside. If you just stick to your routine, you don't know what other things could possibly work for you. Another thing that I would say to try and, you know, maybe do is to read. Make sure your cup is being filled. Try to read within my genre. Like, so I was reading a lot of cozy fantasy. You need that inspiration. You need to be in the mindset of writing in a particular way. I would read like in my spare time, whether it's just like for 20 minutes or an hour or whatever. Oh, do take breaks. Take breaks. I gotta, you know, reiterate that, because I'm someone who would write myself to death, literally. If I'm trying to get something done and finish it on time, I will neglect myself, and that's not good. That's not healthy. That's not safe. Don't do it. I would make sure that you are taking scheduled breaks. I will have scheduled times. So I will do the Pomodoro. I can't say that word. But you know, I would work for an hour, take a 15-minute break, and, you know, get reminders to, you know, get up, stretch, drink some water, have a snack, and then, you know, get back at it. It's very important to do that because you'll make yourself sick, and that's not good. No. Make sure you're eating, make sure you're hydrating, and, you know, going to the bathroom, getting enough rest, not writing until like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Your manuscript will be there for you in the morning. Get some rest. Okay. Here's some don'ts that helped me write my book in 30 days. Do not edit as you write. It's going to be hard. It's going to be really hard. Do not edit your book while you're writing. When I was writing my manuscript, like I said before, my tenses were everywhere. I was doing past tense and present tense. Sometimes my characters had black eyes. Sometimes they had brown eyes. Sometimes they, you know, had dark skin, sometimes they had light skin. It was a mess. That's something for future you to worry about, okay? You just worry about now and just getting the story out. You know what I mean? Writing your first manuscript, you are telling the story to yourself. And it's fun, like you're telling yourself a story. If it doesn't make sense to anyone else, but you know what you're talking about, that's all right, because you can fix it when you know, go through your various rounds of editing. But your first manuscript it's supposed to be ugly. It's supposed to be really bad. Yeah, my first manuscript, it was terrible. I finished my book in 28 days. It was 61K words. Yeah, it was terrible. It was really bad. But the story was complete. I knew the message that I was trying to say. By the end of it, I knew my characters, I knew my story, I knew what I wanted to say. So when I went back to do my edits, I could, you know, iron out those details and flesh out characters and cut things out, you know, the whole thing. Do not compare yourself to others. That's important. That's really important. Especially comparing your work to manuscripts or books that are done and polished and edited. That's not fair. That has gone through so many rounds of editing, and yours is just literally just coming from your head to on paper, you know. So it's not fair for you to compare your work, your story to someone else's that has had many eyes read over it and fix it. And, you know, comparison is a thief of joy, and don't let it happen to you. Well, another thing to don't do not stress yourself out. I know NaNoWRIMO is a month where you know, you're trying to meet your goals and say that you want to write 2K or 3K words a day, and if you don't make it, it's okay, because you're doing this for yourself, right? You're doing this so you can finish your book, your manuscript. It doesn't make sense for you to berate yourself because you are human and you weren't able to push out 3K words in one day consistently. You're not a robot. Like, life happens. We all have responsibilities. You're not going to be able to do that 100% of the time. So cut yourself some slack. It's going to be right. You're going to finish your book and it's going to be good. So those are some of the things that I did while I was writing my book, and I was able to complete it in 28 days. I may be doing this challenge again in January. Because I have a new manuscript that I'm going to be writing. So, but yeah. Thank you for watching, and I hope I'll see y'all soon. Bye.